Hi everybody. All right, Unit 8 review, your final test of the semester. I certainly hope that that feels good. It's a quick one too, so hopefully that will help. And if I don't talk to you, I hope you have an amazing break, and I'll see you in January, okay? Um, so for our review on right rectangular prisms and pyramids, our main focus is going to be volume, okay? So just be aware of that. And for the first question, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're just going to be recording your voice, okay? It involves some reading, and it should be pretty easy points. This next question helps with number 2 and number 3. There's these different vocab words that you're going to need to know in order to answer them. So a vertex, that's like the corners on a 3D figure or on a 2D, right? But that's how I think of it. It's the corners, right? It's the pointy parts. All right, so that's what a vertex is. A face, those are the spaces that we can like find area for them, all right? Or they could lay flat like in a net. Those would be the faces. So like on this question here, right? Like this is the front face, or we have a top and a bottom, right? Those are the faces. Here's my vertices, okay? Edges is where the whole side of two faces meet, okay? That's an edge. The base, you can also think of that as like sometimes the bottom, but with prisms, then they always have two bases. It's like the top and the bottom, or it's the two sides that are, that are parallel to each other. And then the apex, an apex, that's like in a pyramid or a cone, and it's the very top point, okay? So it's a type of vertice, type of vertex, and yeah, and it's in cones and pyramids, okay? So that should help you with numbers 2 and 3, and of course, if you get to it and you need more support, look up those definitions or go back to your lessons, right? You find ways to help yourself in a productive way, okay? Number 4, we're looking for the volume of this rectangular prism. So volume of rectangular prisms, super straightforward, just length times width times height. Because by finding the length times the width, you're finding the area of the base, and then multiplying it by the height, it's like, well, how many of those bases did I stack together, basically? Okay, so in this case, I don't know what the units are, but that's okay. We can still do, we've got like length times width times height. So I'm just going to do 3 times 4 times 2. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is 24. Since I don't know what the units are, I can go ahead and just say units cubed. Okay, volume is a 3-dimensional attribute, so your units should be 3-dimensional as well, right? We multiplied 3 numbers together. All right, this next one helps with number 5 and number 6, okay? So we've got this pyramid, and I was very proud of myself for drawing that. I hope you appreciate that. And we're looking for the volume of it, okay? So the volume of a pyramid is very similar to the volume of a prism, but rather than just doing length times width times height, you end up dividing it by 3 in the end. So in this case, it looks like I'm just going to say that this is my length, this is my width, and this is the height. The height is the measurement from the apex perpendicular down to the base, okay? So just a little definition there for you as well. These, I could have flip-flopped them. That would have been totally fine, right? Since we're just multiplying them together, the order doesn't matter. So we've got volume is equal to, and we have 6.5 times 4.3 times 9.2. I'm going to get my calculator out for this one. Let's see. All right. Oh, sorry. Moving things around. I've got 6.5 times 4.3 times 9.2. That gives me, oops, did you notice I forgot to divide by 3? Or I forgot to write it down anyway. So let's see, we have 257.14. I got that by multiplying everything together on the top, in the numerator. But now I need to divide that by 3. And that gives me 85 point, and I'm just going to say 71. And those would be centimeters cubed. Okay? So again, that should help you with numbers 5 and number 6. All right, with this one, a rectangular pyramid and a rectangular prism both have a base of 10 feet by 10 feet. They both have a 15 feet altitude. Find both volumes. How many times greater is the volume of the prism? So on this one, you're going to be writing it out. This is a short answer question, so you've got to show your work. If you don't show your work, you're not going to get full credit. So with this one, let's see. Length times width is 10 by 10. So this is the volume of the prism. I'm going to do length 10, width 10, and the height is 15. And then, let's see, 10 times 10 is 100, times 15, that gives me 1,500, and these were feet. Okay, so there's that one. And then for the other one, well, the length and the width and the height haven't changed, so that's still 10 times 10, and then times 15, but this time it's divided by 3. So let's see, we already know what this top is equal to. It's 1,500 divided by 3. Well, that gives us 500 feet cubed. So find both volumes, did that. How many times greater is the volume of the prism? So notice this is a greater number. Well, it's 3 times greater. We could say the prism's volume is 3 times greater. We know that from 2 different things. We know that one, because 1,500 is 3 times 500, but also because it was divided by 3, right? So it shows us in 2 different ways that it is 3 times greater. All right, final question. Number 8. Okay, so we've got this figure where there is a pyramid sitting on top of a prism, like a house, okay? Find the total volume. So to find the total volume, really we're going to do kind of what we just did with the other problem, right? But we just have to be more careful with our height on this. So the volume of the prism we're going to find by doing length times width times height. So let's see, let me, get myself organized. So here's my prism, my pyramid. The volume is equal to length times width times height divided by 3. Okay, so there's my 2 formulas, and then we're going to add them together once we find them. Okay, so let's see here. For my prism, I have a length of 5 and a width of 6 and a height of 4. So I'm going to do 5 times 6 times 4. Well, let's see, 5 times 6 is 30, times 4 gives me 120, and these are centimeters cubed. Over here, now this is where I have to be a little careful, and clearly my drawing is not to scale, because it says that the height of the pyramid is 10. That's what this measurement is here. Okay, but we still have a length of 5, we still have a width of 6, but now we have the height of 10. So we have 5 times 6 times 10 divided by 3. Okay, now you might be able to notice that these have a relationship together, but let's go ahead and let's just see what happens when we multiply everything out. So 5 times 6 is 30, times 10 is 300. So really we have 300 divided by 3, which is 100 centimeters cubed. Not done though. We needed the total volume. So 120 plus 100 gets me 220 centimeters squared. Centimeters cubed, excuse me. Okay, centimeters cubed. I wrote it correctly, I just didn't say it correctly. But anyway, I hope that helps, and as always, if you need anything, just let me know.